Scorpio. I hope that you're doing amazing. Welcome to your general love reading with me, Adrian Nelson, your psychic tarot reader. For this reading is a general reading, so please take it as it resonates. It kind of looked at that period sort of like October stroke November, so sort of like that merging period when it comes to love. I'm going to use the Rider-Waite Tarot for your reading and then clarify using OSHO Zen Tarot and end off with a message from the universe. If you do stay on from beginning to end, I'd really appreciate it because it really, really helped me with the YouTube algorithm. So, Scorpio, what do we have for you? So we're going to look at what is happening at the moment, what are the direct influences and where that is taking you. Okay, so for your current space, where you are at the moment pertaining to love, beautiful Scorpios, we have got the Knight of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. So this is a space where you are looking at maybe going for a connection or wanting to go for a connection. I feel that in your mind you are really going for something at the moment. The Knight of Swords is a very fast-moving energy, so it's about taking quick actions. And I feel that for some of you, you are looking at that person, you say like, oh, I'd like to be with that person. That seems like a very good match for me. And really, really wanting to go for that. I would be a little bit careful if I'm you, right? We're going to clarify, but things may not be exactly the way that they seem. I don't mean to give you bad news, but I'm also going to give you honest news. It seems like there might be a little bit of a sneaky going on here. Maybe a little bit of a snake in the grass. Let's see. Let's grab you one more card. So we have got the Five of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. So could this possibly be a situation where there's maybe like a third party still involved, like all ties with your previous person, are they really sort of like finished off, are they closed off? There seems to be a past person here, an ex-person, a previous connection that is still very much, or at least the energy is still very much involved in this connection. It doesn't mean that you're with them, but it does mean that their energy is still very predominantly present at this particular point in time, pertaining to the connection that you might currently be in, the connection that you might like to be in, or even just you saying that you are ready for love. There's some unfinished business here that needs to be resolved. So some unfinished business with an ex-person, with an ex-connection needs to be resolved. This could be it could maybe be even some beliefs that you were brought up with, about how you are supposed to be in a connection. This is what a man's supposed to do. This is what a woman's supposed to do. It could be that sort of situation, but there is the past having a negative impact here on things, and it needs to be resolved. All right. I feel that for many of you, it might be that you might be interested in someone or interested in love, and it might be seen as a little bit unconventional. Like that is not the way that it's supposed to be done. It should be different. And the important thing to remember here is that whatever connection you go into, because, especially with romance, because it's so personal, it has to sit well in your heart because it's your life, okay? And I feel that for many of you, you already have clarity about who it is that you want or what it is that you want, what it is that you want in a connection. There's that sense of clarity. And I feel that in many ways you accepted it within yourself and you maybe started to move in a connection or in a direction, to be with that person, to be in that sort of connection. So it's almost like something sort of started really, really well here. And then there was some sort of delay that has taken place. So it's almost like you might be dealing with someone who you said, well, I'd like to be with that person, and you kind of started to open yourself towards that, but maybe not being as aware of how prevalent the past might still be within the current connection, within the current space. Obviously, when you clarify, we're going to get more, clarity on that. But I do see you being open here to go with someone, to go with a connection. What I also do see though, Scorpio, is that you are dealing with an energy here of a person that's not going to say like, oh, you know what, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You don't have to resolve the past. I'll just sit around and wait around for you to kind of make up your mind. And if it means that it takes a lifetime, it's okay. This is not the kind of energy that you are dealing with. Let's see what is the potential for this connection going forward. For this beautiful mindset of romance going forward. What is the potential here in this connection for Scorpio, please? What is it that they need to know? So you've got the Lover's energy, which is Gemini energy, which is the energy that lets you know that you've got choices and you've got options. And then you've got the Eight of Swords, and you've got the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is that energy that says, well, you know what, before you maybe jump from this to that, you maybe want to give it a little bit of a little bit of time. What do you really need? What do you need emotionally? What do you need spiritually? What do you need intellectually? What do you need mentally? Because here with this Lover's energy, love is very much available to you, and it can definitely happen for you. So I feel that you're dealing with someone that is feeling the same way as you. All right, or at least are we very open to, to feeling the same way as you. But you might be seeing a lot of problems for why this connection can't work. So you might be dealing with someone that says, well, I can't say how it can work, but I'm pretty sure that we can find a way. Whilst you might be like, well, we need to figure things out first. And what I would recommend is kind of getting on board with the mindset of what the other person probably has, which is more sort of like, well, I'm pretty sure we'll find a way. If we can commit to this, and this is what's coming through for you so strongly, Scorpio, if you can really commit to this in your heart, if you can commit to this connection in your heart, then it can definitely work out for you. Okay? But it does require some faith, and it also requires handing it over to the higher power, because you are dealing here with someone that you are fated to be with. So it is a fated connection, but remember, just because it's fated, you still have free will, you still have a choice. And if by your energy, by your actions, your beliefs, you say it's not going to happen, then it's not going to happen. The card that flipped out there for you in that recent past is the Master, and the Master is that additional card in OSHO Zen Tarot that really makes it OSHO Zen Tarot, because it's that additional number. And this card is reminding you that you are ultimately the master of your own destiny, and once you sort of really get that, which is really what OSHO Zen tarot coaching is about. And if you're interested, there is a link for that course in the description. But again, with that big moon, same as that that High Priestess energy you got, because the High Priestess energy, the associative planet, so to speak, even though it's not really a planet, is the moon for that. And there the moon is coming up again. So honor your feelings, honor your emotions, honor your needs. What is it that you want? Be open to the idea that you can have it. Maybe, sorry, stop looking at things like, like problems. Like, I'd like this, but it's a problem. I can't have it, I can't have it, I can't have it. What if you can, Think about it like this. You might not be seeing solutions, but by saying or feeling there's no solution, you actually block the solution that might be existing. So what if you are actually your biggest obstacle when it comes to love, and all that is required is a change in mindset of saying, well, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm open to the idea that it can happen. Very different from I don't see that happening at all. Okay? And even with that past connection over there, that past influence, which is quite strong, which is predominant, I see you moving away from it, but you might be dealing with someone, maybe, I don't know, maybe you've got a child together, maybe you've got a business together, some legal agreement together, or maybe you're just dealing with someone that is it could be all of those things actually, but, there's a real sense of dealing with someone that might be very manipulative. That just knows how to get things like that. Maybe they go like a windy road, so instead of coming straight to you, maybe they go through the parents or the sibling or the child or the neighbors or the colleagues, or something like that, through the finances. And you are encouraged to call upon your soul guides, your guides and your guardians and your angels to support you through this, to help you through this. All right, because this person may think they've got the upper hand, but they do not. In your current space, you have got the outsider and you have got thunderbolt. So I want you to really look at this with this outsider card. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer for you, you can see it. Just give it some time to focus there. With that outsider card, there's a lock there, there's a padlock, and it appears that this padlock is really keeping this gate very secure, and you can't move forward from this particular point in time. But when you look at it, it's ominous as it seems, this padlock isn't locked, so try not to just look at things almost like in a logical sense. This is how it must be, that is how it must be. There are some things that are coming apart here. So there are certain things that you thought, this is how it's going to be, that is how it's going to be, but there's something different coming about. There's a higher purpose coming about here. You may be going through quite a profound spiritual awakening or spiritual realignment at the moment, and that in itself can be very overwhelming as well. The thing to know is that you've got choices here in this particular space in time. All is not lost when it comes to love, when it comes to making that, enjoying and benefiting from that beautiful connection of love. All is not lost. All is not lost by a long shot. All right. Let's look at your guidance going forward. What is it that the universe would like to let you know going forward? For Scorpio, please. Two cards went flying. They went out in reverse. Aloneness in reverse and turning in reverse. All right. The worst is actually over. It may not seem that way. And for some of you, you may be very scared. What if I end up alone for the rest of my life? You know, what if I need to do so much spiritual work or spiritual alignment that love actually stands in my way? None of those things are true. You need not be concerned about that, because the only thing that is sort of like holding you back at the moment, and that could be making you feel very sort of you know, what is the point sort of vibe, is that the past is sort of coming back again, and it seems like the past might be the one thing that is completely going to ruin things for you. But you know, jumping directly from that Five of Pentacles, which is that energy, to that Lover's energy, it's letting you know that you've got choices, that you've got options, that you are not as much at the mercy of someone else as you might believe. You know, you are not at their mercy. What is it that the universe would like to let Scorpio know, please? And if that resonates, if it was helpful, I'd really appreciate you liking the video, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. You've got a video coming up every single week for you. Let's just get these together and see what is the closing messages from the universe for you, beautiful Scorpio. You got the Page of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. You might be dealing with someone that's quite a bit different from you, but they're very ideally suited to you. Okay? So doors are opening. Don't be afraid to open yourself to the idea that this connection can really, really work out. There's changes coming about, and again, you know, you are being encouraged, same as this High Priestess energy, to hand over to a higher source, to a higher power, especially now. You know, saying to the universe, I really like this person, I'd like to be with this person, I don't see how I can be with this person, but I am very much open to the idea of being with that person. That is what aligns you in that space of what it is that you'd really like to have in love. I hope that that helps. I wish you all the best from my heart. Namaste, love and light. See you next time.